Kieran, obviously a long journey back from Swansea at the weekend, but it must be a good one with 3 points.
Yeah, an enjoyable away trip. Of course, a long away trip for the supporters and for us, but always enjoyable when you have a good game, good performance, tough battle, and 3 points. So that makes the journey all the more worthwhile.
Yeah, obviously energy sapping conditions in Swansea. Sunday off presumably for the guys with some recovery, but how important is that then to get some energy back in the legs?
Yeah, it's that phase of the season where the games are coming thick and fast, and recovery is absolutely massive, and we do everything we can here to help them with that, and the staff do a really good job. But it's also the players' responsibility as well. To be a top professional now, you need to be ready to go every couple of days for 90 minutes. That's what you have to be ready for. Of course, not everyone's going to play those minutes, but that's what everyone has to prepare themselves for. So the players are fully aware of that. We'll recover well over the next day to get ready for the game, and we'll make sure we're ready to go again on Tuesday night. Yeah,
does the long trip kind of change your Monday session and what that would look like?
Yeah, of course. Not just the long trip, but I think it's within 48 hours of the game, the players are still in recovery process. So of course we'll be careful with those who started the game. The other ones will be able to get a little bit more work in, but then of course they've got to be ready for tomorrow night as well. So yeah, we're well used to finding the balance of these things. And making sure that physically, mentally and tactically we're as ready for the game as we can be.
Yeah, we've spoken about it before, but obviously back-to-back games, Saturday, Tuesday, means full use of the squad probably over that period, and that's really important.
Yeah, it is. I think I said it after Saturday. Full use of the squad might be changes. Like we had a few in there last week, in midweek, but it's also impact off the bench, and we had that on Wednesday night, or on Wednesday night at Millwall, and we had it on Saturday as well. And sometimes impact of the bench isn't coming on and scoring a goal. Sometimes it's coming on and doing your defensive work, doing the work on set plays, helping the team to see out a lead. And I thought the players who came on Saturday did a fantastic job of that. So no, we got a really committed group of players here, and whether they start or they're in the squad, or even for those who might not be involved, they all know they've got a big part to play in terms of trying to help us perform and win matches.
Yeah, you touched on it briefly at the weekend, but how good is it to see the 4 January signings buying into that ethos and the dedication that you've just mentioned there?
Yeah, it's very good. Really important. I think it's testament to the group here first of all, because that culture is so strong that it's. I think players who come into the building pick up on it straight away and see that that's the way that they have to follow. But also it's testament to the characters that we've brought in, and their commitment levels have been fantastic. Even someone like Kiefer coming in on loan, and with a career that he's had, he's bought into the group from day one, and massively respected amongst his peers. And when you get him showing a commitment that he has done from day one, that's a really good thing for the group. So no, all the boys who've come in have done that, and again it reflects really well on themselves, but also on the culture that the players here have already built.
Yeah. How important is that culture? It's obviously built over a couple of years now. It's not an easy thing to build, a slow one, but obviously a massive thing that underpins everything that you do.
Yeah, it's very important. And look, it's it reflects on what you see on a Saturday, really, in terms of the group of being hard to beat. I don't think there's any very, very few moments where we could be disappointed with the effort levels. We can't play well every week. We're not going to win every game, but the commitment that is shown, every time they pull a shirt on, that's reflected in the commitment here every day. So that's important, and we can't take that for granted. We need to keep working on that, but that's been a big part of everything we've done over the last 2 years.
Yeah, after a lot of travel, there's more travel to come in the next few weeks, but how big is it to have back-to-back home games now?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's we love playing at Portman Road. We love the midweek games as well under the floodlights, and it doesn't make it necessarily easier, because we know 2 teams coming here, Rotherham on Tuesday night, are going to do everything in their power to make the game really, really difficult for us, and we're going to have to be at our very best to be able to break them down and to counteract their threats. But it's nice to not have the travel. It's nice to have the home support behind us. It's nice to have 2 back-to-back games where we know we're going to have the crowd, and we'll be playing on our pitch, and we'll really go and try and attack those games and do as well as we possibly can.
Yeah, another team in Rotherham who have changed their manager since the first meeting during the season, which I guess shows just how tough the Championship is.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. More games than not at the moment, so look, Liam's a very good manager. He knows a lot of our players. He knows our team and our group well, of course, from the Wigan times as well. So they'll be fully aware of what our strengths are. We're fully aware of what their strengths are and the qualities they have. And we know they're going to try and make it a really difficult game, and it will be a difficult game. So we're going to have to do really well to come out on top of it.
Yeah, and despite their league position, obviously a very big challenge.
Yeah, look, it's, you know, I see them competing every week. There's been, you know, very few games where they've not been in the game. I think, you know, maybe the Leeds game maybe a little bit more comfortable. They can do that. They did that to us at Ellen Road. I think every other game they've been competitive. They're in the game to the last minutes very often. We know they've took points off some of the bigger teams as well, and better teams in the league. So no, we know it's going to be a tough game. Every game in the Championship is. We know they're fighting for points in the same level of motivation we are, and as I said, we can only then focus on ourselves, make sure our motivation is at the highest level, which I know it will be, and beyond that then try and play as well as we possibly can.